Every winter, the air in Delhi turns visibly toxic. The city is smothered by a dense gray haze, creating a seasonal crisis that operates like a silent killer, suffocating millions. When the air quality index spikes, the natural reflex is to look outward. We point fingers at distant crop burning across state borders, changing wind patterns, or temperature inversions high up in the atmosphere. But atmospheric conditions only trap what is already there. The true source of the pollution isn't blowing in from miles away. It is generated locally, operating right at street level every single day. The investigation leads straight to the daily commuter traffic. Millions of internal combustion engines constantly pump exhaust directly into the city's arteries, long before the winter cold traps it all close to the ground. The city has spent years trying to control the wind and the weather, while the real threat is built into the morning commute of its own citizens. The primary contributors are not massive industrial trucks. Suspect number one is the sheer volume of petrol-powered two-wheelers. Motorcycles and scooters dominate the asphalt, weaving through every intersection in massive numbers. Suspect number two is the commercial auto-rickshaw fleet. These three-wheelers form the backbone of last-mile connectivity, running nearly non-stop routes from sunrise to midnight. The problem is the staggering scale. We're talking about millions of individual small-capacity engines. This massive volume makes them virtually untouchable by standard traffic cops or spot checks. Authorities have tried to regulate this fleet for years. They deployed odd-even license plate schemes, strict emissions testing, and localized bans, but the volume of vehicles overwhelmed the enforcement. The streets remained crowded and the air remained toxic. Brute force legislation cannot remove millions of necessary vehicles from the road. To get drivers to abandon their petrol engines, the government realized they had to build a financial trap. The Delhi EV Policy 2026 functions as a targeted financial counteroffensive designed to dismantle the petrol market from the bottom up. Instead of penalizing drivers, the policy leverages their wallets. It turns the average citizen against the petrol industry by offering direct cash bounties for choosing an electric vehicle. This chart shows the upfront cost of a new petrol scooter compared to an electric one. Electric models carry a steep premium that keeps buyers away, but the new policy drops a massive 30,000 rupee subsidy directly onto that electric column. By suddenly erasing that initial price gap, the 30,000 rupees destroys the only real advantage of buying a petrol scooter. When the math makes an electric model just as cheap to buy outright, the daily fuel savings make it the obvious choice. The market is ready for the influx. Modern electric scooters with advanced battery tech and home chargers are already stocked on showroom floors. This incentive operates as a financial weapon. It makes the petrol two-wheeler mathematically obsolete. While the 30,000 targets personal commuters, the Masterplan deploys an even heavier strike against the commercial fleet. For drivers looking to buy an electric auto-rickshaw, the government locked in a starting incentive of 50,000 rupees. But there is a crucial catch to both of these payouts. These maximum financial benefits are only guaranteed for the very first year after the policy's official notification date. This strict deadline forces immediate action. If you know the government is handing out 50,000 rupees right now, but the offer might vanish in 12 months, you don't wait to upgrade. You buy immediately. It is an explosive financial ambush. By putting a ticking clock on the subsidies, the policy manufactures a market rush to replace the city's fleet almost overnight. Once this policy takes full effect, the sales of new petrol vehicles in Delhi will drop sharply. The financial incentive is simply too large for the average buyer to ignore. As thousands of combustion engines are replaced by electric motors each month, the compounding environmental effect begins. The constant mechanical roar at traffic lights fades, and the daily output of tailpipe exhaust plummets. This is the targeted end state of the Masterplan, a city skyline that isn't hidden behind a wall of smog, where traffic flows without poisoning the air at ground level. By 2026, the combined financial weight of these subsidies forces a structural shift in how the city moves, pricing the internal combustion engine out of the market. As the clock starts ticking on that first year, the trap is set. The math is clear. The vehicles are ready, and the only question left is how quickly buyers will abandon the petrol past for a clean 2026.